The following is a sample interview recorded for PrivateEquity.com radio and the Certified Private Equity Professional CPEP Certificate Program. To download the full interview and unlock other benefits for private equity professionals, become a Platinum member of PrivateEquity.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this expert audio interview. Today, we're joined by a longtime private equity professional who's worked in both real estate and general industry private equity. Thanks so much for being here today.
It's a pleasure.
So what type of private equity, and I know it was a brief introduction there, but what type of private equity strategies have you worked with or helped to carry out?
So I've actually been fortunate and have worked across most of the different types of private equity strategies. So that includes, as you mentioned, real estate investing. It also includes general industry. So after spending time in real estate, I was able to move into investing in other industries such as pharmaceuticals, IT, and services businesses. And inside of that practice, I was involved in both growth capital and buyout and control type investments. So these included take private, delisting of listed companies, and then repositioning them for future listing. It included buyouts of private companies, and as I had mentioned, also quite a bit of growth capital investments in rapidly growing businesses.
Mm-hmm. What differentiates a successful and unsuccessful private equity firm?
Well, in terms of success, and that is, I would say, the ability to generate great returns for investors. Mm-hmm. I think it involves, number one, being able to have industry expertise so that you're able to add value to the portfolio companies. And in many cases, it's having operational expertise. Now, these days, one sees a lot of private equity firms really emphasizing their value-added capability, and different firms take different approaches to this. Some of them will build in-house portfolio management teams, such as KKR with their development of Capstone. It's essentially a captive in-house consulting team which works with the portfolio companies. In other cases, you'll see firms like TPG bring in-house a number of ex-CEO, ex-C-level, very successful C-level rock stars in the industries, and then have them in-house consulting to the portfolio teams and to the portfolio companies. So ultimately, it seems that greatest factors of success for a private equity firm is its ability to add value to the underlying portfolio companies. Additionally, it's the ability. Number two would be the ability to generate proprietary deals. I think that's getting harder and harder because there's so many different firms out there, and a lot of the investment banks have fairly well built out teams which are serving the private equity funds. So a lot of the deals are getting shopped around very widely. A lot of different firms are out there scouring the market, but the ability to generate proprietary deals that other people are not looking at, of course, is another great factor for success. Mm-hmm. And then three, it's another factor of success for any private equity firm is its ability to raise capital. So, you have quite a number of firms out there that are now struggling with capital raising. So this is another aspect. You want to be able to keep good relationships with your LPs and keep an open and transparent dialogue with them. Part of that's a capital raising aspect. Part of that's an investor relations aspect. For the most part, I think LPs are actually willing to work with a very consistent, slightly lower returning fund, provided that this fund is able to be consistent, be transparent, and keep the dialogue strong. Fourth aspect is probably the ability of a firm to have a unique differentiation and a definitive strategy, and to not drift from that strategy. So strategic drift is something that concerns a lot of investors these days as well.
Mm-hmm. What are some characteristics that you feel are required or maybe just helpful for a private equity professional?
So a professional in private equity ideally would have some of the things that we just spoke to. It would have the ability to generate proprietary deals. That comes from having a great industry network, possibly within a very...
We hope you enjoyed the sample interview. To listen to the full interview and other private equity interviews, become a Platinum member at PrivateEquity.com or join the Certified Private Equity Professional CPEP Certificate Program. Platinum members enjoy great benefits like weekly private equity newsletters, access to networking events, webinars, interviews, and more. Visit PrivateEquity.com/association for a free 2-week trial of Platinum membership.